People, you're being fooled every day of your life. The West is fooling its citizens, and the UN and the NATO allies of the West is also fooling their citizens, right? Funding all these wars, turning countries against each other, neighbors against each other's, citizens fighting each other, fighting other people because they're different. And now the West is blaming somebody for all this chaos. Jinping, that little Chinese guy right up in China, is a threat to the West and the European nations. So they say. It's not Russia anymore. It's not Ukraine. It's not the Middle East. It's China. You believe that? The only nations that's trying to develop other countries to be independent and give them something that they could have production in their own country. Because China's motto is the Belt Road Initiative, right? So the West is saying that he's the one causing all this problem because he's trying to take over the economic trade market. But is that America lost his power in exporting any trade of any goods or any production? Because the West drove all the factories, all the assembly lines out of America. They all left and they're not coming back. So America can't export anything because nobody wants any products from America. It's not doing anything. And every time America makes a product, the items break when the warranty expires. It never breaks when you have warranty. Always breaks when the warranty is gone. But anyway, the United States lost its trade power because we don't produce anything in America no more. The only thing we produce is wars and put nations and neighbors against each other. That's the American model. So now they're also blaming the Chinese for that drug, fentanyl, here in the United States. So you mean to tell me that the United States knew it? They never said anything about it until now. Now they want to blame the Chinese, that they are the greatest threat to America and the European nations. You see, people, you cannot trust this government anymore. The government has no merit and it's not trustworthy anymore for the people to count on this government. You know that American debt now is $659 billion. Let me repeat it again. $659 billion in debt. That means you are going to be slaving, working for the rest of your life, and even your grandchildren's grandchildren is going to be working to the day they die to pay this debt that America did, lending money out to these countries to fund wars, buy weapons, rockets, tanks, air defense systems that are getting blown up, destroyed, costing billions of dollars down the drain because the UN, the NATO allies, and the West couldn't come up with a diplomatic solution to discuss the problems. You mean they had no way to strike a diplomatic solution and come to an agreement, to understanding? You have to bomb somebody. You have to kill people. These funds that are being sent by the American people are killing other people. It's in the backs of American taxpayers' money. Not the government, of the backs of American taxpayers' money. In America, the citizens, we keep on repeating, we're tired of wars. Wars is not the solution. We want to live in peace and tranquility, the freedom to express ourselves and opinion. Everybody has the right to assemble and express their feelings no matter how. Just because you want to do your expression, killing other nations, killing other people in the backs of the citizens, taxpayers' money, doesn't mean that the whole America stands by the government. No, we don't stand all by our government. It's only a handful. The people that are tired of their life and want to destroy other life and want to destroy the next generation of life to keep on fighting other countries. When this, at this time of age, everybody should have peace and prosperity in their country, making trade. People should be able to go out without fear, you know, but having checkpoints, checking your background, asking for what kind of religion you in. No, that's nobody's business. What people do in their privacy of their own life. You know, as long as they're not exciting war, killing people like the West and the NATO nations, inflicting wars. They call other countries barbarian, savages. What are the words they use? Barbarian, savages, creating genocides. But they're doing the same thing. Generation after generation, the European nation started genocides throughout the world. And now, because it's on their doorsteps in front of one of their allies, they want to create more problems. Instead of having a diplomatic discussions, they want to kill, war. That's all America's history is, all about conquering and war. You know what's going to happen to Gaza, right? Gaza is going to get turned over to Israeli to run. That's going to be an Israeli state, Gaza. What do you think they're bombing the whole region, blowing up buildings, structure? They want nothing so the Palestinians could come back and settle. The whole Gaza Strip from the West Bank, I don't know, the West Bank, the North, the South, all that region, the whole square block of Gaza is going to be taken over by Israeli. That's right. Before you know it, it's going to be an Israeli flag and an American flag right next to it. Because America is the one that's funding this war. Nobody else. America and his coon allies, NATO and the allies are the ones that are funding all these wars. So don't try to spin things around and trying to explain to the countries in our nation that China is to blame. China's not even in the war, and you're trying to bring them into the war now because you're in debt and you have no trade. You have no friends. The West and the European nations now have no friends. Their citizens are turning against the government. And I don't blame the citizens to go against the government, because the government is putting more sorrow, more stress on the citizens of his country. And people, you got to wake up and put pressure on the government. You have to boycott. Everybody's boycotting certain products already. And now America wants to put also rules for anyone boycotting these things. America can't force you to buy something you don't want. See, you give the West something and they want something after that. The next thing you know, they push more and more. Before you know, you have no rights. The government is going to tell you what to buy, when to buy it. So people, stand your ground and tell the world that we're done with wars and we want to live in tranquility. Stop the wars now. With that, we let you go. China, prepare yourself. America is looking for another war. With that, I'll let you go. Think about that.